Hello guys and welcome to this video. Today I'll be sharing with you one of my first great wave dial watches. This is a Seiko built with that great wave of Kanagawa artwork dial. I've actually got this picture. This has been in my house for a few years now. I bought it at an exhibition in Chicago at the museum where they had an exhibition of the Hokusai prints and paintings like this one. This is very much linked to Seiko. I'm not sure if there's any official link in any way, but other than, of course, the splashing waves, and you've got Mount Fuji in the background, very famous Japanese artwork, and of course, we've got some famous Japanese watches on the channel. This dial is, I think, the same image, although there are many different versions of this. This dial is from Watch and Style in the Philippines, and they do some awesome dials. This one is probably my favorite of the lot, and I'll show you exactly why in this video. So I built this watch. I've been meaning to do this for quite a while. Fairly simple build for me, actually, because you may have seen, I use the Arabic dials a lot on my channel, and those I actually ended up just buying the entire watch just to get the dial. So I end up with quite a few of these cases and various other parts. Now, unfortunately, we can't get sapphire for this case size, or at least I haven't managed to find it yet. So this is simple Seiko Hardlex. The case is a 42 by around 13 millimeter thick Seiko 5 case. This is it comes from the reference SNKP 21J1. However, it may be used in other models as well. I'm not totally sure. You can tell there is quite an interesting sort of stepped chapter ring design. We've got the first part and then the second part with the rectangles. Those rectangles are loomed. Then we've got the dial itself. You can see this is the Great Wave dial. It also has markers, but I wanted to pick a dial with not too many markers, as there's already quite a few dots on the outside. Again, it sort of steps down nicely. The flat crystal does actually show off the dial very well, and sometimes those Hardlex crystals do a great job of staying very clear so that you can get all of the dial details. Let's zoom in on that dial actually a minute. So you can see it's a printed dial, but it's done in a very neat way, very clear, very high resolution image, of course, used, and most importantly, it is loomed. So I will be sharing that Lume Shot with you. Apologies. I'll be sharing that Lume Shot with you shortly, because this one really glows in the dark, and it's awesome. Looking around the watch, what else I've done is I've added this nice suede strap with this green stitching, which kind of matches the colors quite nicely. I think either a green or a blue strap would have worked as well. It's a playful watch. It's more of a kind of arty watch, so I wanted to add a leather style strap over the original bracelet, although I've still got those original bracelets if needed as well. The hands in the middle are SKX hands, genuine Seiko SKX hands. So again, they've got really nice loom and yeah, good finishing, good fit. And they do actually, I was worried that the shape of the hands might not really work, but I think it all ties in that Seiko style. We've got SKX hands, we've got this Great Wave dial, original case, original movement inside too. This is the 7S26 movement, and actually the nice thing about these cases is they've got quite large exhibition case backs as well. So, you know, there's so much polish on here, as in polished finish, needs a good wipe too. So yeah, really impressive looking back of this watch. I think this case back is quite a bit bigger, so the opening in it is nice and big. You can see the whole movement almost. You can see that rotor move, and of course the balance moving in there. Really nice. This isn't an expensive watch to build. I will be having a couple of these for sale, I think, soon. So if you're interested, please follow me at NamokiMODS Dubai, and I might be able to create you one, perhaps even with different hands and strap styles and so on. These are going to be these aren't going to break the bank because I'm using a lot of more standard Seiko parts I have in stock anyway, including the case. Unfortunately, no sapphire crystals here, but for this type of watch, I don't think it's that important. It's more of a fun watch to be worn on not every day, probably because of that dial. It might not match your outfit so well every day, of course, unless you're a huge Seiko fan or you love this artwork, which I do. I actually have this, as I said, in my house for a long time before I even got into Seiko watches. So let me show you the Lume Shot, because that is a very special thing. So here's the Lume Shot, guys, and as you can see, it really glows up well. You've got Lume, of course, on the dial, you've got it on the hands, as well as those little markers around the edge of the second chapter ring or first chapter ring, whichever way you want to call it. But this will look awesome under UV light as well. And the dial doesn't glow super strong, not as strong as the hands. As you can see, it's fading. I've just charged it up for light here, but it's nice to have like almost a backlight to that image to really make it stand out at night. So gorgeous. So here's the watch, guys, on my 7 3/4 inch wrist. It suits me very well, actually. You can wear this if you've got a smaller wrist too, though, of course, most people do. This is a 42mm case, which is somewhat smaller than the divers, but because of the 3 o'clock crown, I'd say it really does wear like a 42, even maybe a bit bigger. The thickness, though, it wears a lot flatter than most dive watches I build, or like an SKX style or 5KX. Even though the overall movement thickness and everything is about the same, it just wears flatter on the wrist. So this is definitely quite a versatile size, I'd say. The lugs are quite long. I'm not sure of the total lug length, but yeah, with a strap or a bracelet, I'd say that you could wear this on a smaller wrist than mine, of course, very comfortably too. It isn't too heavy either on this strap. This is a genuine leather suede strap, quite chunky, but takes the shape of your wrist quite nicely as well. So there you have it, guys, my Great Wave Dial mod. Quite a simple build, but effective. I think that the main part of this watch, the dial, is framed so nicely in this simpler case. The green strap really does match the color scheme very well, especially that it's a real Lume monster at night. And I'm really pleased with how this came out. I will be offering this for sale soon, so please follow me on Instagram, hit subscribe on this channel. I will be giving away a watch, possibly one similar to this, on when I hit 1,000 subscribers, so please help me out and like this video. Thank you, guys. I'll see you next time.